Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this video, we're going to talk about customizing Indian motorcycles. Now, you ask, why am I shooting a video like this? Why do I put this out here? Well, while I was down in Daytona, I had the great opportunity to meet Traveling Tall. And here's a little clip of that so you know I'm not lying.
All right, everybody, so it is a wonderful day in Sanford, Florida today. Actually, it's raining, but it's a wonderful day because we're in a motorcycle shop. We're in the Harley-Davidson dealership, Seminole Harley-Davidson in Sanford, Florida. Every now and then, an opportunity arises where there's just something amazing that you know that you're going to be a part of. Today's discussion is that something amazing. And I have with me, over here, not him, he's a Harley rider, but over here, I have the V-Twin Vlog, and he is an Indian motorcycle rider. I have Ridingfish, and he's the Indian motorcycle ambassador.
So Tall, his friends, I had Larry Marshall there, great time. I'm gonna put the link to that video in the description below so you can check that out. You can tell me what you think, you can, whatever, tell Tall I sent you, all the good stuff, guys. But during this conversation with him and his friends, this arrived, and let me show you.
We're live. Well, I'm just gonna say, so you didn't even want a Harley. You weren't even interested until you got on one.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in a Harley because at the end of the day, I came off of crotch rockets. But I knew I wanted a bike that was gonna get me, where I can travel more and stuff.
What I'm saying is you're closed-minded to trying a new brand. You gotta be
open-minded. Let's put it this way. I'll go test ride an Indian any day. But it ain't gonna do what a Harley can do. I just know that.
But for us, when we came, we love to customize.
I did it. Well, let me put it this way. I looked at it. I did some research on them, and what I found.
You ain't watched the Ridingfish channel, bro.
No, this is what happened, Mr. Ridingfish. This is what happened. We love to customize. Right. Everything we have is customized. From cars, trucks, vans, everything we ride is customized. There's nothing that Indian can do when it comes to customizing their bikes compared to Harley. Period. So show me that, then you can get my interest.
All right, challenge accepted. He said he wants to see a customizable aftermarket for customizing Indian motorcycles. Well, bro, bet. This is it. I got a video. I'm gonna get to talk to some customizing people, like custom builders. I'm gonna talk to even not exactly like all high-end custom builds. Yes, I'm getting a chance to talk about those. I'm not mentioning everybody, people that are not in this video. I just don't have a connection with. Doesn't mean they're not good or they don't do it, and these are not the only people. This video is not necessarily about any one thing, but that we can customize Indian motorcycles. So, daddy cool, bro, I'm telling you right now, if you get an Indian, there's ways to make it your own. I hate saying that, but I'm going to say it for everybody. How to make an Indian motorcycle your own. I'm about to talk to some people that have the capability of doing this on a very big scale. And then, you know what? You can make it your own with minor things too. They don't always have to be custom giant builds. So at the end of this video, I'm going to interview a couple people, but then at the end, I'm going to happily tell you some of my final thoughts. So please stick around to the end. Tell me what you think. Do I miss something? Where's the mark? But you know what? I'm having amazing guys like Brian Clock on, Scott from Conquest Customs, Amanda Bramble representing Lloyd's Garage and Indian Motorcycle Charlotte, St. Paul, my home dealership, and then also Pikes Peak. So you guys, I'm covering a gambit of the region. This is the reason why I chose it to go this way, picked people from around the country. Yeah, that's it, guys. So let's get into the video. Let's get into some of these great interviews. I'm pumped to have these guys. To everybody, thank you for being on, that were on the show and in this video. I appreciate all of you guys. Everybody in this video, I can say that they do great work. Their products are great. If they're selling, all this stuff. So anyway, guys, I say let's get to the video and hear about, can you really customize and make an Indian motorcycle your own? Let's go. Hey, Amanda.
Hi. Hi.
I got a camera. Hey, you guys do custom bikes?
Yeah.
So you can make a bike your own?
Any way you want it.
Here at Indian Motorcycle St. Paul and Charlotte?
Yeah, you want it green, yellow, polka dot, cheetah print. That's my favorite.
Do you have an example? Can we go look at an example?
Absolutely.
Let's go do this.
What's cheetah print?
All right, Amanda, so here it is. So this is one of the B4s. So this is an example. So what are some of the ways you made this its own?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to start with the biggest part, this is our Buffalo chip bike, which will be auctioned off in Deadwood. We had the one last year that had the 126. This one has 131 cubic inches.
Wait a minute. So Thunderstroke with a 131 inch. People told me that nobody does that.
No, we do that. Yeah.
You do that,
it's like
yeah.
about 155 pounds of torque from the rear wheel.
Jeez.
But aside from the beautiful paint job from Rusty Nash.
So you Rusty Nash, but you do custom paint in house?
Yes. we
Okay.
do. Yep. The seat is by Alligator Bomb, so we can have it created any way you want, any kind of skin you want. We have the floorboards from 1901. That's Tim's company. So you get the pegs, you can do heel shifters, you got the floorboards. The center stand is also Tim's from 1901. And it goes perfectly. It's actually the only one that goes perfectly with the R9 Air Ride.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can see the little toggles
Yeah, right here.
up there. We've got Lloyd's intake, and the lastly I would say is Lloyd's exhaust.
Yeah. But you can do some of this, any of this, and all of this to anybody's bike?
Yeah. It's basically like a menu. Like we have one guy who came in here and he wanted to recreate the whole thing, so we did it.
Okay.
If you want to stick with stock paint and all you want is the 131, we can do that.
What if I just wanted air ride, bars, and paint? Would you help me with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we
Literally,
go.
you can pick and choose whatever you want.
Nice. So you say you guys have the ability to make any motorcycle their own. And by the way, it doesn't have to just be Chieftain.
No.
Do
Chieftain, Roadmaster, Challenger has different options that we can do for him.
Like-
Whether it's carbon fiber, shorter bags,
Okay.
new mid-pipe.
Okay.
Lots of options. We haven't done a Springfield yet. That'd be a fun one to do.
A Springfield? That'd be
Yeah.
good. Okay, well that's it. I just really wanted to know what we can do here in St. Paul and Charlotte and what you guys can help me with.
If you can think about it, we can make it.
If you think about it, we can make it. You think it, she builds it, you ride it.
Good luck.
So there's been a little bit of pushback from the Harley Davidson community saying that Indian motorcycles cannot be customized. Can't make them your own. And I don't know if it's because they lack the opportunity to get it out there. So I thought I'd present the world with options. And I'm gonna do all kinds of things. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to some guys in Colorado. You know, I talked to Amanda about what they're doing at Lloyd's Garage with their B4 custom builds, and as well as even like companies like Clockworks. They do all kinds of customizing things. But while I had the opportunity, and thank you so much for coming on today and doing this video with me, but I want you to tell me who you are, a little bit about Conquest Customs, where you're at, and do you only do scouts? Like I see the scouts because these Thunderballs are pretty badass. I see them around all over. But do you do all bikes? I mean, that's not a scout behind you. I can see that clear as day.
No, that's not a Scout. That's actually a 2014 vintage.
Okay.
So don't let anybody tell you you can't make these your own.
Yeah, and I see a Victory over your other shoulder.
Yeah, Victories. I'm primarily Victories and Indians.
Okay.
I've dabbled in the Harley Davidson.
Okay.
But to be frankly honest, I like the challenge actually of the Indians. And you're right, it's not the easiest thing in the world to personalize, but you can't say it can't be done. So
Right.
there are definitely options, and it's a little more of a challenge, and that's why they're more unique when you see the custom Indians, for sure.
Yeah, you did my buddy Larry Marshall. You did his Victory Highball, I think it was.
Okay.
Maybe. Anyway, it was a show winner. It's a game stopper. Like people stop to look at that bike. I've seen pictures of it. I never got to see it in person, but yeah. So where are you at, man?
We're in South Florida, Boca Raton.
Okay. And so if somebody was interested, you do more than scouts, obviously. So how would they get a hold of you? And what are some of the things you do?
Well, I'll start off by our shop is 561-715-9494. That's our shop number.
Okay.
ConquestCustoms.com is our website. So those are the easiest ways to get a hold of us if you want us to work on a motorcycle or ask us parts or questions about these bikes. We specialize pretty much in the Indian and the Victory. While we dabbled in the Harley Davidson, we like to be more of a specialty shop rather than being everything to everybody. We focus on there's not many shops that focus solely on Victory platform and Indian platform, and we decided to fill that niche. We see a lot of progressive dealers now that are getting out and endorsing the customizing of the bikes and personalizing of the bikes and bringing in all the culture of the bikes and the people and the IMRG people like yourself and the ambassadors. It's a fantastic step in the right direction for getting these bikes more into a mainstream, mentality. People accepting them.
They're building a community and a culture, and it's
Correct.
a modern day community and culture.
That's right. That's what we were lacking with the Victory, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dude, you're doing like big rear tires for scouts. You're doing custom paint. I mean, you're doing some cool stuff. So tell me, what are the first few things, maybe the base? Do you do just the smallest things, or do you only do these giant builds?
Well, we do the smaller things too, absolutely. We know the bikes. So when you know a motorcycle or a machine like the back of your hand, you might as well work with that. So we take care of our Indian clients down here and our Victory clients, and we take care of them actually from all over the country because we're pretty meticulous at what we do. We're pretty much focused as a custom shop.
Okay.
Although we do plenty of maintenance and regular build, repairs, insurance work. We do all of it.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
We do everything here. I mean, when you know the platform like that, you might as well, right?
Absolutely.
So we've been, as the community has diminished in the Victory side at least, we have customers, clients sending us motorcycles from all over the country just to have the job done the right way. And they know they'll get it done the right way here.
Yeah, I mean, you have history for years. How long has Conquest Customs been around?
We started in 2005.
Okay. That's good. What is that, 18 years-ish? Or no, it's 17 years-ish?
17 years. 17 years we've been working on this platform and committed to it. And it wasn't about doing what everybody else was doing. I felt that the Victory platform, and now I think the Indian platform, is a fantastic platform to work with, and truly, like you're saying, underrepresented in the custom community.
Right. And I hate to use this saying. I hate to use it, but it's used so much that it's the easiest and best way for me to get it across people's minds. People like you and the things that like Pikes Peak Indian are doing, and Lloyd and Tim with their B4. I'm gonna say it, and I hate saying it because this is such the niche, but it is possible to take an Indian motorcycle and make it your own.
Correct.
So you're out of Florida, but you do nationwide work. So like you can ship a bike or whatever. People ship back and forth, all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I also build parts and components. I ship internationally. We have our conversions are user installable. So an example of that would be like maybe the big rear tire on a Scout, right? Correct. I bought my first Victory motorcycle back in 2005, and I wanted to build it up. And I could not find anybody to do it, precisely for all the reasons you're saying. Everybody says, oh, you can't do anything. There's nothing for it. It's not worth doing. I literally was told it was not worth doing by a major builder.
Oh.
And at that point, I said to myself, they don't get it. It's a fantastic machine. Just if you're not going to build a part for it, I'll build the parts for it. And that's what I started doing. And I built parts revolving around my aesthetic, which is a little bit American muscle car.
Okay.
When you see my car guys really identify with the bikes I build, and 90% of them honestly have had those big fat rear tires on them. That's kind of our identity. I'm a muscle car guy, muscle bike guy. And when you have I just think it looks right with the bigger tire on the back. You know, it looks strong. It looks American. It looks, I don't know, it looks.
We like our girls with big asses. What do you?
I like an hourglass figure. Exactly. I'll show you a couple figures, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking to a little bit later when I give you a little tour of the shop.
This video is to show the world that there's lots of options, and so I want anybody that's really interested in what you're doing to check you out. That you can make it your own. If it's a Scout to a Challenger, especially if they're in Florida, they can just go to your shop, which is amazing. That way you can see customized Indian motorcycles already done or being done. That's awesome. We need the world to know that you can make an Indian your own.
Yes.
And so, yeah, man, I really appreciate it. So, Scott, Conquest Customs.
Yeah, check out also our Instagram. Our Instagram is Conquest Customs. There's a lot of examples of our work on that.
Okay.
Facebook as well, under Conquest Customs. There's a lot there, but my Instagram is probably my most up-to-date.
Okay.
In terms of seeing what we actually do here. And we've also just launched a brand new website for Thunderball. It's thunderballscout.com. And we're going to start filling that up with pictures of our custom Scouts and how to go ahead and get our Thunderball kit put on with, get something put on your Scout if somebody had a Scout that they wanted to put a big tire on. So we can handle that. We're set up. We keep parts in stock. We have rim sets in stock, aluminum fenders. I mean, the whole bit. We don't just order other parts. Order from catalogs when we need it. We actually keep the parts in stock.
I'll tell you what, though, and seriously, this day and age, right now, that is huge. Somebody could bring you a Scout. And you could start the work right now, like in the next couple of days or whenever your availability. You're not waiting for the UPS guy, man. That's a huge thing. So
correct. We work with our clients. Actually, we can get bikes all ready to go. They come in the morning. And they leave in the evening with a custom motorcycle. We have it all pre-painted. Everything's pre-fit. Everything is ready to go. And we can put her bike together in one day.
Wow. That's a statement right there. Holy crap. Well, be careful, man. You're going to start getting busy. You're going to have to start ordering more parts.
Well, I hope so. I want to show the folks some of these Scouts, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Let's see some of the things you got in your shop real quick.
What's that? Vintage. That's a vintage with hard bags. This is a Thunderball, actually, that we have right here. We just finished this one.
You know, I was going to ask you, what exhaust is that? I saw that on your Instagram.
That's a Pisani, 2-into-1 on this particular one. Yeah, this bike, we do full custom paint. I have an amazing painter who's been painting for me since I've started. This is some of his airbrush work. This is a Guns N' Roses tribute bike. Came out real nice. You can see a little slash. But this is just our Thunderball conversion on a Scout. That's a nice, there's a couple of them right here. There's 3. Here's that hourglass figure we were talking about.
That's that figure. That's right.
That's the hourglass figure. Yeah, here we're doing a little bit of custom pinstriping this morning. It's Deb. Hi, Deb. Doing custom pinstriping on a Victories for going. Yeah, that's a Victory tank. They're beautiful. And one of our fenders. Yeah, and our fenders. Yeah. Custom wheels. We make the wheels. Our pipes. Yeah, don't say you can't customize them. Make an Indian yours. That's a 2014 vintage.
That's like no vintage I've ever seen before.
Yeah, we did the fat 20-inch wheel on it. So it's fat 20 with Shelby style. And golfer wave rotors, and she's got custom floorboards, and, you know, intake. It's done up. Nice audio system by Diamond, and all in the flavor of a Mustang GT350. But this one is, instead of GT350, it's TS111. That's right.
That's cool, man. Well, Scott, any departing words for me that you want the world to know? One more plug, who you are, how to find you, just your website.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, brother, very much. You're making a hell of a name for yourself, and I like seeing your videos and watching you and following you online. So hopefully this is not our first time or our last time getting together. And it's conquestcustoms.com. I'm Scott Keatsman. This is the Thunderball program we're trying to put forth through for the Scouts. So let's not forget those. And hopefully we see each other soon.
Absolutely, man. And I will say thank you so much for doing this. It was very last minute. We've been kind of talking two things. One, how's your foot doing?
It's all right.
It's all right?
I'm getting by. It's getting better.
Okay,
it's
fair.
Getting better. Yes, it's getting better. Motorcycle Safety Month this year, everybody. You don't want this to happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes shifting pretty tough.
Yeah, right now it does. And test rides suck.
Just start in second. One thing about those Scouts, you can ride them out pretty good in second. Yeah. And two, man, it was a pleasure meeting you in person. It was a little crazy that night at the Orman Garage, at the Lloyd Garage, Lloyd's Garage party at the Orman's Garage. But I think we're not done seeing each other in some face-to-face things.
For sure. You should make a trip down to South Florida and come be our guest here, and we'll have a little evening of some true fun.
Oh, I'd love that. And shit, you got me. Oh, yes. I appreciate the kind words. I think together, getting the word out, we're going to grow this community even more. And this is one way of showing the world Indian motorcycle can be customized. First of all, one thing I've often said is that Indian motorcycles, they come out of the box so well that it actually has set off a bunch of aftermarket people, because it is hard to customize them. It's not easy to just be like, oh, well, those shocks suck, we need to upgrade them. Now, the Scout is probably one of the examples of that where that isn't true. Good pair of shocks on the back are
really, you notice them.
Yeah. But some of their bigger baggers, they're made so well, it takes a little bit more effort to make it your own and actually upgrade it and make it better. So anyway, Scott from Conquest Customs, thank you so much for having this opportunity to talk on the internet. Let's do something in person one of these days. Yeah, I don't mind. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate everything.
You got it, brother. Thanks so much.
All right, man. And we'll talk soon.
Very good.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So you guys got to hear me talk to Scott a little bit. But just because it's here, Amanda, what number Thunderball is this? 1?
I have number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amanda does have number 3 Thunderball that was customized by Conquest Customs. You just heard me talk to Scott about this. But while I'm here, Amanda, what are some of your favorite things that makes this bike your own?
I can't even pin it down. I mean, clearly the paint is super unique, and they put cheetah print under the Thunderball, which I like that touch. Clearly the 240 would be, that's my favorite.
We all like big butts, and we cannot lie.
Her name is Big Booty Judy. And the paint is swing arm.
Big Booty Judy.
The seat from Alligator Bob is heaven. Honestly, I said it feels like a Vic seat. It's just super wide and plush. I love everything about it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this is just an example of what the kind of things that Scott's doing, and it looks cool. Yeah. The big rear end on the Scouts, you know, it's really cool. He mostly the Thunderball is scouts, but he does all the models.
Well, he just did a Challenger, and he used to do hammers. That's why he was big into big hammers for a while. Yeah.
So I just wanted, while I had you here and I just talked to him, I wanted to kind of look at the Thunderball and show everybody what number 3 looks like.
They're just amazing.
Yeah, he's really finding his niche even, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, cool deal, Will.
Shout out to Scott. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Hey, great job, man. All right.
You want to take it for a ride?
Maybe. We're out.
Go ahead.
So I made a list of some of the stuff, right? Because I told you I was gonna just shout you out, and it's nice that I don't have to do that. This is way cooler than me just talking. So things that you make, by the way, you make almost all this for multiple brands and models of those brands, but like Indian specific, you're making windshields basically for everybody.
Yep.
Fenders, and I know you do paint matching too. Yeah.
Yeah, paint matching is available. We actually work closely with Jeff Jerde. His last name is Gjerde, and he owns a place called Jerde Production Painting. Okay. And they are literally located across the street from the factory in Spirit Lake. Okay. And so for the first 2-3 years, Jeff painted all the slingshots.
Oh, wow.
Jeff still does Indian stuff if they need it, but he has access to all the factory colors, knows exactly, what mills of paint to put on there, exactly what the finish should be, and can send you, a white smoke fender painted. So you take it out, 4 bolts, you put it on your bike. It doesn't matter if it's a 2-tone and it's, I'm thinking of, I want to say her name is Jen, but it's Lady Rebel 18 out of Las Vegas. She has a beautiful mint green and cream Scout that has our classic Scout front fender on it, has our floorboard kit on it, has our clip hangers on it, has our flare windshield on it. And so, yeah, you're right. I mean, we have stuff.
You can customize an Indian motorcycle, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I do it. I love it. Lots of stuff you can do, and we're excited to do it. It's fun to do it. We diamond cut the heads and cylinders, I don't know. I just encourage people to play, make it yours.
Right. You also have, like, for the Challenger specific, it's kind of interesting. This channel ends up being very Challenger-ish because I ride a Challenger. I was,
for sure.
one of the first guys. But you even have, like, I don't know what to call them. They're like mesh covers for the air intake so people can quit getting shit in their fairing.
Yeah, so vent screens. So, like, if you're worried about a bee coming through there or you're worried about the bugs, like, it's hard to clean inside there, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier if those things all get caught in a screen and you can clean them off. But it also just adds a little bit of an accent there and a little bit of a touch of pop of, color, black or chrome, or you could powder coat them green if you want, whatever. Yeah. Then we have for the Challenger, we have the vent screens, we have the Dynamat kits, we have a performance bagger fender, which is called the PB fender. We have a slicer fender, a wrapper fender for that as well. For the front of the Challenger, we have our clip hanger handlebars.
Yep. You have, the clip hanger bars are for both the bagger set, the Roadmaster and the Challengers. By the way, just so anybody watching that doesn't know, the Pursuit is going to be everything Challenger will fit the Pursuit.
Correct. Everything we make goes right on it. We do have perch mount phone mounts, which just mount like this. It's a magnetic phone mount. We also have an ambidextrous one. So whether if you're not sure if you want it on the right side or left side, it works for that.
Okay.
And then
one more thing.
Challenger fans, stay tuned. I am hoping that at our pre-Sturgis party, we can debut a Challenger only specific, very cool kid part, and we will make sure Ridingfish let you all know about it. Okay.
I'll know. I'll be at the party. I'll be there,
and I'll keep you informed. But I mean,
we want to say something
part just for you guys.
Yeah, and this is something I do want to say. The Dynamat Kit. People may not know what that is. That's a backing surface that goes on the fairing to help the audio sound not be lost. Am I right? And then comes back towards the rider.
It projects out, and so like we have this little demo coin. So like it's this little brass coin. you throw that brass coin on the ground, it goes ting, 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 and rolls around, right?
Yeah.
You put one little square of Dynamat on the back of that. It can be as big as your fingernail, right?
Yep.
On the back of this 50-cent piece. It hits the ground, it goes tunk.
Ah.
So what happens is all of that sound goes into your fairing, goes into your brackets, goes into all your wiring and all your stuff and gets lost. It just gets absorbed by that stuff, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
This barrier now makes the sound project out, okay? So it's a sound deadener, so it doesn't get soaked into there, so that all that sound comes out through the fairing. Dynamat is it. I mean, there's a million sound deadeners out there, but what we do is we have a kit that is cut specifically for your fairing. There's a template in there. You can put the pieces where you need them. It's very, very easy. I'm excited for, you know, your friends, your, you know, riding fans, if you will, to check it out. So much so that I'm actually sending one to you today. So that's my gift to you for just the continued education. I want you to play around with it. And if it doesn't work, tell them it doesn't work. I don't care. I mean,
okay. Well, I got to do one thing, and it's a little bit about your fender. I got to thank Jason DeMint from Brave Wolf Customs. He runs a lot of your shit, and I say shit. I mean that in like the most loving way.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's fine.
And Jason is good shit too. He has your fender. I got to see it with my own eyes down in Daytona, Florida. We went riding on the beach. You're talking about don't ride your bike on the salt, you know? Yeah. I rode my bike right on the beach, the sand. I love it. I don't care. I don't save it for the next guy. So, so Jason, shout out to Jason. Great dude. If you're watching this and you don't know who Brave Wolf Custom is, go check him out. He has a whole bunch of clockwork stuff. And I know you guys work really closely together. Matter of fact, he is the one that really pushed me to come say hi to you. I was texting him and I'm like, because you were in Daytona, right? Weren't you?
Yeah, I was in Daytona, and I never got to cross paths with him this year in Daytona, which is a bummer. Usually in him, I get to connect. I get to see all the newest, latest, coolest things he did. He's always bringing details, right? So it's fun. It's really fun to talk to people who are so passionate about not only their motorcycle, but a brand or a style of motorcycle that they just want to do something with, you know?
Yeah. And then he's coming to the whole game with these decals.
Yeah.
On a whole nother vision.
Right.
Something so, and I don't want to use the word simple, but kind of simple that completely changes the bike, by the way.
My White Smoke Challenger, I literally have he made me some Clockworks Red stickers for my speaker grills.
Yeah.
So I don't care if anyone ever sees it. Yeah. I see it. It makes me smile and it makes me do this. And I'm like riding along, I'm like, thanks, Jason. This is so cool. Like, it's like having red brakes behind your really fancy wheels. Like these red decals on my stickers just make me happy.
So it's really interesting because we have similar tastes. I have his decals on my speakers as well.
Nice.
I was blown away by how it added like depth to the fairing.
Right.
It was a really weird feeling that I ended up adding them to the saddlebag speakers just because I was like, wait a minute, now I need matching. So yeah, I added it to both. And anyway,
now when you see one without it, you think it's come factory matched to your paint color.
Yeah.
It's just or contrasting or something, but it's definitely those are the little details I appreciate from him so much.
Yeah, and I agree with you. So you're Indian, you have plenty of options from giant builds to like one-offs to a really cool set of a fender that completely changes the look of your bike, to the handlebars, to decals in your speakers. There's plenty of subtle ways to make it your own that doesn't have to be like a $10,000 bill, you know?
Right. Kyle Birch at Forever Rad, his Instagram is at Forever Rad. He's done a custom Challenger. He is the first person to run my performance bagger fender. Completely took that bike apart, right? Raised the suspension, did all kinds of stuff, right? And then he called me and said, you have a light tint windshield, because now I've raised it up and I sit a little lower and done all these things. And I kind of want a light tint windshield because it goes good with the earth tone colors of his bike, which is great. And so whether you're doing something super radical like that, or you're doing something where you just want to paint match a front fender, right?
Yeah.
Just change your front fender on your Challenger so it doesn't look like everybody else's Challenger. We got you.
Yeah,
So
it's amazing. By
I
the
think
way,
it's fun. I mean, even I've got guys who just come to us for mat works. That's all they want is our mat works cleaner because they have a matte, you know, the dark, you know, smoke black or white, whatever matte finish paint they've got, and they're like, this cleaner is the best. It works great for me. So
yeah. Well,
it's fun
I
for
think,
me.
dude, I thank you for coming on today.
I am lucky to celebrate 25 years of motorcycle industry fun, and I feel like we just have the best staff. I'm excited for you to meet them all. You know, we're all about customer service. We maybe don't get it right every time, but we're sure going to fix it. I'll tell you that. I mean, if you tell me, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that, or this showed up wrong, I'm going to stand behind it every time.
All right. Well, we'll hold you to that. We'll end it there. Hey, Brian, thank you so much. You guys need to check out getclocked.com. Pretty sure that's what it is.
That's right. Getclocked.com. Follow us on Instagram, just at Clockworks, and Facebook is just Clockworks Custom Cycles.
Hey, guys. Hey, this is Tito from Pikes Peak Indian Motorcycle in Pikes Peak, Colorado. No, in Colorado Springs, Colorado, right at the base of Pikes Peak. I've been there. You guys know I've done a dealership spotlight on these guys when they were brand new and open, and I was brand new as a content creator, so it's super fun. I could not do, and I would not do this video without getting my boy Tito in the house. So, and you know a little bit of his backstory, but here's my question. You know, I've talked to other custom guys and people in the aftermarket game, but I didn't do this to him. So we're going to do it a little different with you. Say I'm a Harley guy, right? I don't know. Is that how they walk?
Something like that. I used to walk like that.
He goes, hey, I'm thinking about buying me an Indian, but you can't customize them. What do you say?
Man, I have him just look around. Everything on my floor, I mean, even the stock bikes, we don't keep stock. It's rare to see a bike that doesn't have an accessory on it, let alone our custom builds that we do.
Yeah,
you know, that's the great thing about coming to our shop is that you can see the potential that these bikes have. You know, I got a Chieftain on the floor customized. I got a FTR. I got a Challenger, and not just little, you know, headlight customizations. I'm talking full paint jobs, powder coated engines, diamond cut, full performance upgrades. I mean, you name it, we can do it.
Well, dude, you have a Challenger Trike in the house right now, right? Or I don't know if it's sold or not or whatever. I know you guys just finished it recently.
Yeah, so Moto Trike, the beginning of the year, they came out with a kit for the Challenger. They gave us the first production kit that they came out with to show off. So we have that on the floor right now. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen pictures, but dude, it is. Have you rode it? Have you you had to test ride it, right? I mean, you have to make sure.
Of course, man. Quality control. I got to do that.
Yeah, please tell me, what does it feel like? Because we know it's a bad motor. We know that the suspension, front suspension, inverted forks, it's all the same. Yeah. Like, is the front suspension
Yep.
change? Or yeah.
We
So,
did do a rake on the front.
oh,
Because
okay.
if you don't do a rake on the front with a trike, you have too much oversteer, and it makes it for really tough to steer.
Oh wow.
So
See,
raking it out just enough, yeah.
so does she rip? I mean, she's a trike and she's
Oh yeah,
heavy, but
man,
dude,
but it's a challenger.
dude,
Like with that
I
engine
know.
on it, bro. That's the fastest trike you'll see on the road, bro.
Oh my god, it hypes me up. I love that platform, that Power Plus. I'm just waiting for that to expand. Now, I mean, I'm super pumped about the Pursuit. I think that's a great uh model that needed to be added to the Indian motorcycle lineup. And I can't imagine the paint jobs you guys are about to do on these Pursuits though.
Oh man, yeah, we're gonna do something crazy
All right.
for sure.
So Tito, you're telling me to look around at all these super badass bikes, and you have giant builds between Challenger trikes, Challenger. Your dad, the other co-owner of the dealership, has an amazing Challenger. But what if a person can't afford that? Like, those are big builds. Like between you and I, we both
Yeah.
know that you're doing some big stuff.
Mhm.
What do you say about being able to do lesser stuff? Like, do you just do headlights and handlebars if that's what I
Oh
want?
yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll do whatever suits you. I mean, that's the
Okay.
fun part about it is, you come into my dealership and you get to talking with me or my service writers and anybody there. They're gonna ask you like how you ride.
Yeah.
Based on how you ride, we're gonna make recommendations. For tall bars, for LED headlights, for highway bars, highway pegs, more comfortable seat. It really just depends on what you want. You want more light on the back of your bike. I can put saddlebag LEDs on there to brighten up the back so people can see you. You want Broglow underneath the whole bike. I'll light up your whole bike. I'll light it up like a Christmas tree, bro.
So
I'm gonna make it happen.
so it's fair. So I'm going to ask you a couple other things. We'll have to we're going to make this short. And I think you and I were planning on hooking up this summer to do a little bit more bigger stuff. But elevated performance, you know anything about this?
Yeah,
That's what it's
elevated
called, right?
performance.
Elevated performance. Oh, I lost him. Hey, so elevated performance. You ever heard of those guys?
I have.
Yeah.
That's
How
my
do you
other
know
side
they're
project.
a side
So,
project?
so elevated performance is my performance company that me and my dad have been working on for a while now. We're working on some big performance upgrades that we're doing ourselves. Right now, I currently have prototype big bore kit for the Thunderstroke on its way, so that we can do some final testing and get that into production. And we're going to be going, I believe we're going 128 cubic inches.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
biggest one I've heard of so far. I think Lloyd's just came out with something a little bit up there, but
Yeah, they got the
we
131.
did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to go something big, and that's where we're going to start. We do have big bore in the works for the Challenger as well.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that because
Yeah, you're kind of like me, I think, when it comes into this. You fell in love with that Power Plus platform. I mean, right? Because you were on a Chieftain when I first met you. You were
yeah,
riding a pretty tricked out Chieftain, and you've since switched. By the way, I remember you and I riding up Pikes Peak together. You're on your Chieftain. You're just kind of like humming a ha and whatever about the Challenger, and then the next time I saw you, you're like, "Yeah, I got that Challenger."
yeah. I had to do it, man. It was just so much more comfortable for my size.
Yeah, you're a
You
big
know,
dude.
I'm 6'2". I was able to stretch out a lot better and just be more comfortable. Not to mention the power.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, I know. I love the Challenger platform or the Power Plus. I love that platform.
Mhm.
So, what I think what I'd like to take away. So you're the last interview on this. So far, I've interviewed Scott from Conquest Customs out in Florida. I've interviewed Amanda Bramble from Lloyd and Tim and Indian Motorcycle St. Paul and Charlotte, Lloyd's
Yeah.
Garage. I had a great sit down interview with Brian Clock from Clockworks. So now I got you here, and I think I'll help you or you can help me finish this video a little bit with, you know, I think it's the information that is out to the public is not correct. And I think Harley Davidson dealerships, they'll do it on purpose, right? You walk into a Harley shop, they'll be like, you don't want to go look at an Indian because you can't make that your own. You can't customize an Indian. Well, that's because if you do, and you walk out of the Harley Davidson shop and you go across the street or down the road or wherever it is to the Indian place, and then you jump on a Challenger or a Roadmaster or a Chieftain or whatever, you're instantly going to be like, wow, this feels probably like a better bike. And then they're going to like, well, I can't customize it. And then now we're learning in this video that that is not true.
I mean, bottom line, anything you can do to a Harley, you can do in an Indian.
Okay.
From stretch bags to handlebars to performance upgrades, talking cams, exhaust, suspension that you want. I mean, it's endless what you can do.
Yeah.
And it's only growing. You know, Harley's been around a long time, no doubt. They have multiple brands that you can pick from. That's maybe the only thing that's not there with Indian yet, but it is a growing thing, is that they have all the different things that you can pick from to put on your bike. There's just not as many companies to choose from in different styles yet. You know what I mean? That's
But then
maybe the only.
but then when we say that there's not as many styles, that's only on a few things, right? There's only so many handlebars. Which between me and you, let's say Challenger, for example. I believe here I have it right here. For the Challenger, Indian motorcycle, and I'm letting you use this as like helping me with my final thoughts. Indian motorcycle offers 4 different sets of handlebars. That's before you even get away from the manufacturer. You know what I'm saying? They offer 5 different sets of seats. That's before you get away from the manufacturer. And the Thunderstroke, 5 sets of bars, 7 seats for the Thunderstroke motors. The Chief, the new Chief, 4 sets of bars, 4 different seats. I mean, you can customize an Indian motorcycle and you could buy all Indian stuff if you wanted to.
Definitely.
I mean, you don't disagree with that, right?
No, I mean, definitely you can go full Indian and change the whole look of that bike if you want.
And
you know,
the feel and the performance too.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and then if you go, oh, we don't have enough options, well, then that's when you start going, hey, then you need custom, brother.
Right.
You go to a custom paint shop. I don't know. Do you want to shout out do you use the same guy all the time for paint?
No, we have a few different painters depending on what style you want to go with.
But then that's even more my point is if you want to go custom, you know, you go to these custom paint shops and you can get a literally one-off amazing, and depending on what you're doing, you know, I mean, it doesn't get more one-off than some of these custom seats people build from the ground up, you know?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the thought that you can't make an Indian motorcycle your own, they're completely wrong. You know, one of the guys said to me, well, we have a binder this big of accessories. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, you have a bunch of years and a bunch of different fitments and everything. So it's going to be real big. I'm like, but how many seats do you need to choose from? Is 5 not enough? Like, if Indian Motorcycle is only producing 5 seats for the Indian Challenger, maybe you need to think about going extreme extra and go to a custom guy.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and it's they give you everything you could want on these bikes. Indian does a really good job at listening to their customers. You know what I mean? You say you want something, they're going to come out with it. It may not be, you know, within that month or that year that you're doing it, but they're working on producing it for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I love there.
Well, their new handlebars, what are they? The Mattered Custom or whatever. You know those new Indian bars? You know
for the Challenger?
For the Challenger.
Yeah. I don't remember the name, but yeah, those are badass bars.
Yeah, they are badass. But that's the perfect example. They looked at some of the aftermarket, what they're doing, and they were asking customers, and they produced a set of badass bars, you know? We just need the information out there because Harley's trying to get these people in the door and they tell them the misinformation, you
They do.
know. So
You know what's funny is I just got a guy from Harley that's working for us now,
yeah,
and we were just having this conversation. He was talking with a customer, and the customer had just been over at Harley, and he comes over to check out Indian, and he's talking to him about it. He asked him, well, what did Harley tell you about Indian? And the guy's like, oh, well, they just said that they're Harley knockoffs and that they can't be customized as much. Just, I mean, what this whole video is about, that just happened to us recently. And they know that if they allow them to come over to us, they're not going back. That's bottom line. Indian makes a better factory bike just out the box. You can just go ride it if you want to. Now, if you want to do stuff to make it your own, great. We have it. We can do it aftermarket or with Indian. They make it possible.
Yeah. Let's give a little people the backstory. Didn't you go to Harley school? Like, weren't you like Mr. Harley for a while? I mean, a little.
Yeah. No, I'm a certified motorcycle mechanic for Harley Davidson.
Okay.
That's how I got my start. Was I went to MMI to become a motorcycle tech. And then I started working for Harley. I worked for Harley for many years before I switched to Indian.
Okay, so how did you end up, or why did you end up switching to Indian? And by the way, not only did you switch to Indian, bro, you're a co-owner and like a general manager of a dealership. Like, I mean, that is MIT Harley Davidson owner, Indian motorcycle. Like, dude, congratulations. But you want to tell me the story just a little bit on that? I mean, it's just fascinating.
So from the beginning, whenever I decided to go to MMI, me and my dad wanted to start a dealership. That was the main goal. After I got out of school, I wanted to get some experience. So I went traveling around. I worked at different Harley dealers. I ended up switching to Indian when I moved up to Boise. I was supposed to work at the Harley dealer. And I get up there and they tell me, well, I don't actually have a spot for you, but you could work at our Indian dealership until we get something available. So I wasn't even trying to look at Indian. You know, I was still a full-on Harley guy. And then I get to working for Indian, and, you know, if I'm going to sell the product, I got to believe in it. I got to see what's different about it. Yeah. So I had to ride the bikes. I had a CVO Street Glide. All right. I had put a good $4,000 in my suspension, full custom paint. I mean, the works on that bike. First time I rode a stock Indian, I was pissed because it rode 10 times smoother than my Harley did. And there was nothing done to it. Wow. You know, that's what sold me.
Wow. And so from that moment, was like, did you subconsciously say at that moment, like, you know what, I'm just going to stick on this side for a while, or what, or did it like manufacture into owning an Indian dealership? Or so tell me your mindset. So you're pissed now that you know that you have an inferior motorcycle of the stock Indian suspension after investing, you know, thousands of dollars, making it your own, but not even as good as stock, but whatever, we could talk about that later. So then what was your next thing? Okay. So now you're working on Indians and you're riding Indians.
So at that point, you know, I kind of wanted to see how Indian was growing, because at the time it was still early years and Indian didn't have a lot out there.
What year was it?
This was 2017.
Okay. 17. Okay.
Yeah.
That was like their big jump, right? Because 17 was their big announcement. We're not doing Victory. We're doing Indian. And after that, it was like Blitz, Indian motorcycle Blitz. Starting that year into 18 was really the Indian motorcycle Blitz, I think.
Right. And that for Indian and for the aftermarket companies, because that's also the year they released the big bore kit for the Indian. And that was, you know, because my main concern at that point, once I figured out the ride was better, was, okay, where are my accessories at? Yeah. And at that time, it was slim. It was a slim catalog. Indian was still working on coming out with everything that they have now. Yeah. And same with aftermarket. Aftermarket at that point was still trying to see if Indian was going to stick around.
Yeah.
now we're at the point where they know Indian is not going anywhere, and more brands are jumping on board and creating Indian product.
Yeah. And that's probably what helped you now years later. So you opened was it, hang on, just give me a second. Was it like 4th of July, 2019 is when you opened your doors in Pikes Peak? Is that right?
September 2019.
Oh, I was close. September
You hear
11th
that
or something. I knew
Yeah.
it was one of those days. So,
Mhm.
again, guys, we're friends. So I've literally been to your dealership multiple times.
Yeah.
But so that point to now, I mean, really, relatively 3 years later, you guys are working on a performance company that's going to be, is it going to be strictly Indian motorcycle? I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's only for Indian, and it's not just going to be performance. It's going to be, like I was telling you earlier, I'm working on handlebars.
That was off the clock, bro. That was when we were cut, remember?
Oh, yeah. I'm working on handlebars. I'm working on multiple things. Performance is where I want to start. Performance is what I love the most.
Yeah.
Making these bikes go fast is great for me. But I also I like different style, and I want to see more of that with Indian handlebars. They have some really cool styles out there. There's still a few that I've seen on Harleys that I want to see on Indians that I think would look really nice.
Yeah. I agree with you. And by the way, people forget, but Indian motorcycle Polaris version, this is year number 8. And
Mhm.
people talk shit about the Indian Challenger. You guys, this is only 3rd year of release,
Yeah.
Indian Challenger. I mean, and like, let's be honest, Harley Davidson dropped a 131 because of this Power Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, and we haven't even started up. I mean, we got some upgraded cams floating around. We got some big bore kits floating around and that are kind of prototype-ish. We haven't even touched this motor yet. I mean, I think the fact that people don't think you can customize an Indian, I think they're wrong. I think that they are being lied to. And now with the help of you, Scott, Amanda, and even Brian at Clockworks, I think we have started setting the record straight. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on today, telling us a little bit about your story on Pikes Peak. You want to shout out like a phone number or contact number for the dealership or your website or whatever?
Yeah, check us out, pikespeakindianmotorcycle.com. You can give us a call, 719-528-1901. Any custom needs, any questions you have about something you want to do to a bike, give our service department a call. They can answer all your questions and beyond.
Cool. All right, man. Hey, Tito, bro, thanks, man. Seriously, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me on, bro.
All righty. Thank you. Guys, so check it out. Here is the deal. Are you ready? I challenge anybody that's in the market for a motorcycle to look at all your options. If somebody says you can't customize something, they're obviously not giving you factual information. If they're not giving you all the facts, what do you think they're doing with the facts that they are giving you? So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Dude, I'm sure I missed some stuff. I do have a note here. If you're a little bit more West Coast, I know that Dirty Birds Customs or something, John Snoop. I know who he is, but I don't know a lot. I've never met him or anything. They do some really cool custom stuff. Again, Indian Motorcycle has plenty of options to make something your own, as you have just heard me and Tito go over. It's not always the big stuff. It can be the smaller stuff. And we have now seen, one after another, that you can make an Indian motorcycle custom. You can make an Indian motorcycle your own, I promise. So, alrighty, here it is. In order of the people that I talked to, thank you to my home dealership, Amanda Bramble, and the Lloyd's Garage Team, Indian Motorcycle Charlotte and St. Paul. Thank you to Scott at Conquest Customs for helping me with this. Huge shout out to legend Brian Clock from Clockworks and GetClocked.com, and my friend and pal Tito from Pikes Peak Indian Motorcycle. All of these people I have done work with, business with, and shaken all their hands. So they all also are reachable, you know, or their business is reachable. If you got questions, reach out to them, shoot them an email, a message. They'll help. They will help. You know, I mean, it's their job to try to help you customize your bike or get you the bike that you want. So other than that, man, bet I call Cap Daddy Cool. I love you. You're the shit. Traveling Tall is nothing but class. I'm telling you guys, if this is the first time you're watching this video, Traveling Tall is my man, and him and I got some stuff planned we're hoping to try to make happen. Go check out Traveling Tall's video. Go check out his whole channel, everything about that. But other than that, guys, I am going to call it a day. I'm saying thank you to you guys for watching. I hope you guys subscribe to this channel. And I'm going to end this like I always do. Ride hard, ride fast, say hi to somebody you don't know. Peace. And I always say that, you know, I want the motorcycle community as a whole to grow, only because I love it so much. I think everybody should ride something. But then because I love the Indian brand, if I get a choice of what they ride, I'm going to push them towards Indian. So it's kind of like a two-step thing. Like, I want everybody to do motorcycling.
Two wheels is good, period. You're missing a small part of your soul if you don't have a motorcycle.
That's right. Or you don't even know. But yeah,
you don't even know.
And then once you start knowing, then it's like, oh, hey, I'm glad that you're riding. Now come over to this side, because you'll really like what Indian Motorcycles are doing. And part of this is our community, and some people don't know that we exist. So that's one reason I wanted to do this video. So
you're a good ambassador.
Well, man, thank you so much.